Hey everybody, it's me and my shadow. I thought I'd do something different tonight. If you're new to the channel, I usually do stuff like looking for arrowheads and marbles and old bottles and fossils out on the river and in the creeks, and do a little bit of metal detecting here and there too on the channel. And then just occasionally a random video, kind of like what this is going to be, just a wild card. Just something to throw out there to see what sticks and just kind of show and share some of my other hobbies and interests. Anyway, I thought I'd do a video about how I clean my pipe. I smoke a pipe occasionally and have a cigar occasionally. I'm a pretty light smoker. It's just a hobby, and this is just the way I clean my pipes. And so there's a million different ways you can do this, probably. If you check out the YTPC, if you don't know what that is, on YouTube, the YTPC is the YouTube pipe community. It's actually a pretty cool community with lots of videos. I think there's like 2,000 or 3,000 active people posting videos about pipe smoking and all the stuff that goes along with it, the philosophy behind it, the do's and don'ts, how to smoke a pipe, how to clean a pipe. It's all been done. So don't take this as a how-to or an instructional, because I'm a beginner, and it's just the way I do it. But anyway, I'm going to clean this briar pipe. This is a Rossi Rubino Antico. I think Rossi is actually made by Savinelli. I could be wrong about that. Maybe Rossi its own thing. Anyway, I think this style of pipe would be called maybe a bent billiard. I could be wrong about that too. Still learning this stuff. But anyway, I could blabber on and on and on about all the things that I like about pipe smoking, why I do it, all the little stuff that comes along with pipe smoking, all the tools and the lighters and how to light it and how to pack it, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to get too much into that because this will go on and on tonight. But maybe if you guys find this interesting, seeing this, maybe I'll do more pipe stuff later on at some point for fun. But anyway, let's get started on this, cleaning this pipe right here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stem off. I'm just going to gently twist it off. It's two pieces here. And now it's apart. You don't ever want to do this if you've just smoked it and the pipe's still warm. You always want the pipe to cool down, because they say that if you take it off while it's warm, the wood's expanding and contracting when it's warm, and if you take it off while it's still warm, you could kind of warp the wood and this will eventually get loose, and you don't want that. So anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a pipe cleaner and I'll run a dry one through it a couple times. I'll usually put it down through the mouthpiece here. I haven't cleaned this one in a while, but I don't smoke a whole lot either, so my pipes tend to not get too dirty. But you're going to see some dirt on it anyway. So I'm going to run that through there a couple times. Just dry like that. Yeah, see, it's getting some gunk out of there. And then what I'm actually going to do is throw that one to the side. And now I'm going to take, I've got some brandy here. A lot of people use, there's a lot of different stuff you can use for cleaning pipes. When it comes to briar pipes, there's different kinds of pipes. There's briar wooden pipes, which usually means briar, but they can be made out of other woods sometime too. But then there's also meerschaum, which is like a clay, I guess in the easiest way to explain it is like a clay that's found in Turkey and I think parts of Spain and Italy too. And then there's corncob pipes, which is pretty self-explanatory, kind of the Douglas MacArthur style. But anyway, this is a briar pipe. I don't really know how to clean a meerschaum pipe. I just got my first one a little while ago, so I need to research it before I do it. But this is just how I clean a briar pipe. You might not want to try this on corncob or meerschaum. Anyway, I'm getting way off track here, but one of the things I like to clean my pipes with is a brandy. Now, I don't drink at all, but I'll buy these little brandies from the liquor store, and they last me quite a while. This is just Paul Masson brandy. Well, it's kind of stuck on there. I had lotion on my hands earlier because my hands were dry, so. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, one of the reasons why people will use stuff like brandy or rum to clean a pipe is, well, it actually can kind of sweeten the pipe, and it's a disinfectant, and I like that. So I'm gonna dip a new fresh pipe cleaner in the brandy. I'm going to take my stem here again, and now I like to run one. See, I actually ran it down the, I don't like to get it on the outside of the, this is acrylic here, and sometimes it seems like alcohol will stain the outside of these, so try not to get it too much on the outside. But anyway, I'm running this through here, and just kind of clean it out, disinfect it. I hope I'm not too loud. I'm right up. My face is right next to the GoPro, so I hope I'm not yelling at you guys too much. All right, you can see it's kind of dirty there. I go through a lot of these pipe cleaners. I like to use them, but they're cheap as dirt. So now I'm just going to kind of clean out some of the wet brandy that might be left over in there. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. So that's all I'll do for the stem right there. Sometimes I will take this, obviously, you know, this is in your mouth, so it gets saliva on it, and sometimes they can get kind of gunky after a while. I'll take a toothpick and just kind of gently scrape in the crack there. You can see some gunk. I know that's kind of gross, but right along this little lip right there, you can get some gunk in there, and I like to scrape that out occasionally. Same on the bottom. Just wipe that off. Okay. And that's all I'm going to do for that. I'll just set it aside for now. And then this is actually my favorite part, is to clean the actual pipe bowl itself. So first thing I'm going to do is kind of almost a repeat like we did with the stem. I'm going to take just a plain dry pipe cleaner, and I'm going to run it down through here into, I don't know if you could see that or not, it's kind of dark. Here, I've got an idea. You can see that it runs all the way down to the bottom of the bowl there. I just kind of run that in there and twirl it around some, and this will be a lot dirtier here. Now see, that's a bunch of resin and carbon on there. And what I'm going to do is get a new one. I'm going to take it, I'm going to dunk it in our rum here, or pardon me, our brandy. And I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to kind of roll it around down through here as I push it in, because I like to kind of season that wood there. And I get it down in there again, so you can see it at the bottom. It's kind of dark, but it's down in there, and I just kind of roll it around. Pretty gross. And then I will take a dry one. It's going to dry out any excess moisture. It'll dry out quickly anyway because it's alcohol, but all right, it's starting to look pretty clean. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gently clean out the inside of this bowl. Now, I used to clean the pipes probably too much. Carbon will build up on the inside of your pipe the more you smoke it. They call it a cake, a carbon cake. It'll actually start to fill in the walls of the pipe. The bowl will actually get smaller and smaller over time. And you actually want to preserve that for a while, because the carbon, actually protects the wood from burning. You don't want, if you smoke your pipe too fast or it gets too hot, you can actually burn the wood. If you do that enough times over and over, you'll actually damage the wood and it'll burn into the wood, and eventually the pipe will be, you know, well, you'll have to get a new one, but you don't want to do that. You want to build up a carbon cake inside there. And I don't want to clean this so harshly in the inside that I tear up that carbon cake and wipe it all out. So I don't do this very often, but the carbon cake, by the way, you do want to, eventually it's too thick and you have to, they call it reaming. You ream it out with a reaming tool, and then you just kind of clean that out and start again. But anyway, what I'm going to do is take half of a little paper towel. I'll usually kind of just fold it up like this. This gets a little tricky sometimes, but it's kind of make like a finger, basically. I'm going to pour some, just kind of get it wet with rum all the way around, like so, just dabbing it. You don't want to get alcohol on the wood. You can ruin the finish. So I try to avoid that. I used to actually clean the top of the bowl. I don't do that anymore because I noticed on a couple pipes, I think it kind of ruined the finish on the top a little bit, but I try not to get it on there anyway. But I'm going to take this now, and I'm just going to gently kind of work it into the pipe all the way down, kind of twisting it, a twisting motion. And I'm not really mashing it in there and packing it in hard. It's in there kind of loosely. I just want to clean out the loose kind of resin and goo and carbon that's hanging in there and get the whole inside of the bowl wet. And we'll shine my little flashlight in here and see how wet it is on the inside. It might be hard to see in there, but you can see some moisture inside there maybe. And I'll usually do that a second time. So I'll take another one, kind of fold it up, bunch it up, make it about the size of a finger again. And we'll just repeat the process. All right. Wipe my hands off. I don't want to. Again, I'm just kind of gently rolling around in there. I don't want to start peeling layers off of the carbon cake in there, so I'm just being real gentle, just getting the loose stuff and getting the inside of that bowl seasoned. Because some people say they don't really notice. I think I can notice. It kind of sweetens the wood on the inside, and you can taste that a little bit. And plus, over time, a pipe can start to sour and get like a bad taste to it. So it is important to clean them every once in a while. I don't know how often you should. Again, you could probably go down a rabbit hole on how often. Check out the YTPC on YouTube. I know you can watch for 100 years of all the different methods and stuff about pipes. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do with that. And I'm just going to let it dry on its own on the inside there. And I'll just let it sit for a second. But that's all there is to it. That's all I do. I will kind of wipe them down a little bit with a clean. I need to actually get some soft cloths, but I'll just kind of wipe this, whatever that part is on the stem. There's a name for every piece of the pipe and every bend in it and every. And then I'll just kind of, this spot up here, you know, you don't want to burn it too badly, but it's going to get burnt from lighting it and stuff. But I'll just wipe some of the ash and carbon off of that gently. It was pretty clean anyway. I'm going to let that sit. It's still a little moist in there. I don't want to put this back in while it's moist. I'm going to let it dry out all the way. But anyway, yeah, that's how I clean my pipes. And then maybe this weekend I'll smoke my pipe and enjoy it. Hope you guys liked watching this. It was just something random. If you found this interesting, let me know in the comments below. And And if enough people like it, who knows, maybe I'll do more. I would encourage you, though, if this is something that interests you, don't take my advice on anything. Go check out other pipe smoking channels on YouTube. There's so many good channels. I watch a ton of that stuff. I have all kinds of different interests that I probably have never even told you guys about, but pipe smoking is one of them. I love watching the YTPC, as they call it. But watch a lot of those guys. There's a lot of good channels out there. Anyway, thanks for watching.